Hey, my name is Christian Johnson, and I'm going to be doing my presentation over organization mission and goals in complex adaptive systems. So I'll start off with the mission statement and goals. As we learned, mission statements are statements used as a way of communicating the purpose of the organization or department. Usually the time it will remain the same for a long period. And goals they can be either short term or long term, often coinciding with the mission statement of the organization and or the department. And a complex adaptive system. So just a little thing that complex adaptive systems are or not. They are nonlinear and dynamic and do not inherently reach fixed equilibrium points. As a result, system behaviors may appear to be random or chaotic. They are composed of independent agents whose behavior is based upon physical, physiological, or social rules rather than demands of the system dynamics. And because agents' needs or desires reflected in their roles are not homogeneous, their goals and behaviors are likely to conflict. In response to these conflicts or competitions, agents tend to adapt to each other's behavior. Agents are intelligent. As they experience, agents learn and change their behavior accordingly. Thus, overall, the system behavior inherently changes over time. And they're home to several systems. Random events can happen at any moment, and interactions with there are always interactions with multiple agent systems or departments. Complex adaptive systems, adaptation and learning tend to result in self-organization. Behavior patterns emerge rather than being designated into the system. The nature of emergent behaviors may range from valuable innovations to unfortunate accidents. There are no single points of control. System behaviors are often unpredictable and uncontrollable. And those in charge, consequently, the behaviors of complex adaptive systems can usually be more easily influenced than controlled. So, in healthcare, agents are present. Agents are present in hospitals, clinics, and other clinical settings. Agents can range from, but aren't limited to doctors, physical therapists, psychiatrists, nurses, chiropractors. Agents are also found in health insurance settings, ranging from claims and sales representative, customer service, and account management. So here's a diagram of like what I found online, like how the agents work up and like they all like interact with each other. So in healthcare, so for example, like an example of like a complex adaptive system would be a hospital. How within the hospital is the organization, but within it, like there are so many different aspects, like the nurses, the doctors, claims, billing, and how they all have to work together. They at times they might have like different views and like conflict, but they all have to ultimately work together to achieve the mission of the hospital. So in a sense, like I read something online about how like no complex adaptive system is successful without conflict. So that's that. And then here is something I found a chart about like complex adaptive systems in healthcare and like the problems they may face and like types of them. So like public, you buy insurance, like you can see government, Medicare, Medicaid, Congress, business schools, employers insurance companies, HMOs, and I also feel like hospitals could fall into here under the public or like government, but that's it. And something else I found like complex adaptive systems that consider the large numbers of planned agents involved in healthcare game. It is reasonable to assume that each type of agent attempts to both serve its own interests and provide quality products to the service to its customers. However, there are conflicting interests among stakeholders. Like that's what I just like talked about, discussed how the conflicting views, how like each department or agent may have their own views, but ultimately they must like work together for the organization to be successful. And complex systems, so this is because complex adaptive systems have strong tendencies to learn, adapt, and self-organize. Consequently, the task of managing complex adaptive systems becomes a challenge because, in effect, the system keeps redesigning itself. In fact, the construct of management has to be viewed differently from the complex adaptive systems than for other types of systems. Consider the management philosophy. Traditional systems are managed to minimize costs. Healthcare can be managed to maximum value. And these are my works cited. And that's it.